Hi, this is Ken Okel, and I help people improve their lives through improved communication. Well, it is a beautiful day in South Florida, so I thought we'd talk outside for a little bit. Today, basic topic, how to keep your audience from falling asleep during your presentation. So how do you stay out of the boring speaker hall of fame? One thing is to make sure you get to the point. Very often I go to public functions, there's a very well-educated speaker, an expert in their field, but they have not thought about how to give their presentation. They're just kind of winging it, I guess you could say. So they kind of go from some sort of joke or story to something else that's not related to the first thing, and you're not really sure what their point is. Before long, you start to hear the coffee cups clanking, the forks clanking. You can tell people are not engaged with this speaker. They'll clap at the end, but there was really no takeaway. You have to think about what is the message you want your audience to take away. What do you want them to think about when you're done speaking? If it doesn't fit in there, do not include it in your presentation. In the world of speaking, less can be a lot more when it comes to your audience. You want to basically state your premise, give your supports, and then summarize it all. Tell the audience why it matters. You don't want to keep going on and on and on. Sometimes it's good to leave an audience wanting to have a little bit more. You don't want to be the speaker who overstays your welcome, and then the audience is going to start to resent you. So really, get to the point, say what you need to say, give the supports, throw in a fun story or two, and then leave the stage. Now, of course, if you've been booked for a 30-minute talk, you want to do that. But if it's something where someone's saying, hey, 5 to 10 minutes, maybe aim more for 6 or 7 minutes of really good, strong content than 9 minutes and 59 seconds of a little bit of padding. Hey, did you ever hear the joke about the speaker who thought he was funny but actually wasn't? Humor can be a tricky thing when you're up at the podium. Now, one thing you don't want to do is make a joke that no one knows what you're talking about. Some sort of inside joke, not a good idea. You also don't want to pick on someone from the podium. Now, even if Ralph, your good buddy, is out there in the audience and you and him rib each other all the time, don't do it from the podium, because basically it'll seem like you're picking on the guy. Off-color jokes, extremely risky. I would suggest not using them. Now, what can you use? Well, think about humor. What makes you laugh and what's funny? Often it relates to some sort of shared pain or shared experience or understanding. For instance, there might be a funny thing that happened to you with your children. People can understand that. Or a funny thing that happened to you while you were in line. Go for those types of things to mine. And maybe test it out on a person or two, because there's nothing worse than hearing a room go silent when someone thought they had the joke of the year and it turns out now everyone's against you as a speaker. Oh, I'm sorry. A speaker put me to sleep. They just kept talking and talking. This presentation was from an article I wrote called 3 Tips to Keep Your Audience from Snoozing. You can learn more about me at my website, www.kenokel.com. We'll have more of these tips designed to help you improve your communication skills. Take care.